Okay, Elias, so this is another question your dad asked me that I explained but not very clearly. So I'm going to do it again. Okay, so you were asked to simplify, and I think the fraction was 3/6. Okay, simplify means make the numbers smaller. Okay, so the 3 and the 6 are going to get smaller. Okay, but we can't just turn them into any smaller number. We have to keep the fraction equivalent, equal, also the same. Okay, so to do that, we need to find the factors of 3 and the factors of 6. There's that word, so factors. Okay, right, the factors of 3. Okay, to find the factor, you need to do every times table you know that has the number 3 in it, and then we'll do the same but with the number 6 in it. Okay, so you always start at 1. So if you were to do the 1 times table, you would write, let me get some scrap, let's do this on the back here, you would write 1, 2, 3, 4, etc, etc. Okay, you've got the 3 here, haven't you? So you know that 3 is in the 1 times table. So 1 is a factor of 3. So I'm going to write 1 there. Now you're going to do the 2 times table. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, already we've gone up to 8 now, but it's too big. 3 is not in the 2 times table, so you're not going to write 2 as a factor of 3. Right, we've done the 1 times table, we've done the 2 times table, now we're going to do the 3 times table. Okay, so we start with 3. Oh, and straight away we can see that 3 is obviously in the 3 times table. So we've got 1 as a factor of 3. We know 2 isn't a factor of 3, but we know that 3 is a factor of 3. Let's see if 3 has any other factors. So we've done the 1, the 2, and the 3 times table. So now it's 4 times table. 4, 8. Well, we can stop there, can't we? Because 4 is bigger than 3. Therefore, we know that 3 is not going to be in the 4 times table. Therefore, it can't be in the 5 times table or the 6 times table, etc. So what we're left with now is we know that 3 has only 2 factors. It's got 1 and 3. Okay, if, just an extra bit of information, if a number like 3 only has 2 factors, this is called a prime number. So number 3 is a prime number because it only has 2 factors, also known as a factor pair. A factor pair means if you go 1 times 3, you get 3, and you can turn it around 3 times 1, also you get 3. That's the only way to make 3 if you're multiplying. Okay, factors of 6. So you do the 1 times table, yeah. Remember 1 is the smallest number, therefore it is a factor of every single number out there. Okay, so you always will put 1 down. Let's try 2. So in our heads, 2, 4, 6, yeah. 6 is in the 2 times table. Let's do the 3 times table. 3, 6, yeah. So it's in the 3 times table. Let's do the 4 times table. 4, 8, no. 4 is not a factor of 6. Let's do the 5 times table. 5, 10, no. 5 is not a factor of 6. 6 times table, well, obviously, like the 3, it is a factor of its own times table, yes. And 7, again, is too big, so that is all the factors of 6. Right, and what we found there, what we're looking for now, is the highest, H, common factors. Okay, HCF, it's often written. So, we know what a factor is, we've just looked at them. Common just means it is in both lines. So which numbers are in both lines? Well, I can see 1 here and 1 there, so that's common, isn't it? Because it's in both lines. And also, I can see 3 here. That is in both lines. Okay, so coming now, we've done the factors, we know what the common means. Right, but highest. So all we need to work out is which one's higher? Is 1 the highest common factor or 3 the highest common factor? Well, obviously 3 is bigger than 1. So 3 is your highest common factor. Now we're going to... My son's just come down to say hello. And now we're going to go back to the original question. To simplify 3, 6, we're going to divide it by the highest common factor, which remember is 3. So 3 divided by 3 equals 1. And 6 divided by 3 equals 2. So this is your answer. 3, 6 simplified is 1/2. And let's look at 1/2 really quickly. 1/2 cannot be simplified any further because you cannot make these numbers smaller and make the fraction that is equivalent to a half. I hope that made sense, Elio. Thank you to you and your dad for asking me.